there everyone, it's Joanne. I'm with Stampin' Up! In Alberta, Canada, and I thought I'd come on today and show you a couple of neat little cards that I made and that I'm sure you could make too with very little effort. Basically these are 3D pop-up cards, and this one here, as you can see, shows a couple of cute little kangaroos. I thought they would be nice for like a Mother's Day card or even a nice birthday card for someone. It says sending you smiles for every moment of your special day, so I thought that could be Mother's Day or a birthday. And as you can see, this little kangaroo and the butterfly move around as you look at the card. And if you look down through, you can see that there's like a 3D shadow box effect. This one, same sort of idea, only this is a slimline, mini slimline card, and I have the greetings suspended in midair. The flowers are from a stamp set called Four Season Floral, and this stamp set is on discount right now, and it is less than $10 to purchase. And I've used this little flower here to create these three images here, and the butterfly punch, dual butterfly punch, which is right here, also being discounted right now. It's things that are retiring from our annual catalog, and because of that they are offered at substantial savings. I've also used the butterfly gems right here and right here, and these little butterflies were punched out with the smaller image on that punch. The background is a stencil that I already own, and I created a daisy pattern on the back and use the stamps, or just one second, I'll grab the name of that set, Stitch So Sweetly dies. There's a tongue twister. And so I used the Stitch So Sweetly die to cut out this shape, and then brushed it with two different tones. This is Flirty Flamingo and Bermuda Bay ink with the blending brushes. You can see the butterfly right here moves and the flower moves, and those are suspended in the card, and you can see how that works as well. The kangaroo card that I showed you previously, most of the dies and the kangaroos and butterflies are all punched from Kangaroo and Company stamp set, which comes with the, you can order the dies with it, and they cut out all these little flower images, the butterflies, and all the kangaroos. Background on this one is actually from my paper pumpkin kit that you may have seen me mention in the past. So this is a monthly subscription kit that Stampin' Up! Offers. So last month's kit, they offered stencils inside of the kit, and they had this sunburst image in there. So basically what I've done, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a script in the background. So I punched the script using white ink, and then used the stencil to make the sunshine pattern over the paper. I was just playing one day and decided to try a couple of different techniques that I'd seen online. So I brushed the stencil with the yellow ink, and then turned it slightly and brushed it again, so you get this two-tone effect on the yellow starburst or sunburst, and I use that as my background. And so that's the two cards that I've made there, and I will show you how they are put together with a third one that I have ready to go here. So the third one that I have ready to go is using designer series paper as the background, to show that you could use whatever designer paper that you wanted for the background. So this card is cut out at 5.5 by 6 1/4. So the 5.5 is this way, and the 6 1/4 is this way. So whatever size you want your card in width, you add 2 inches to that to make the size of the finished card that will go in the envelope. So the first thing that you need to do after you cut out your frame, you need 2 pieces. This is my top one, which I've already did some extra work on. But so first of all, the first thing you need to do is score it at 1/2 inch and 1 inch on both ends, and you fold the inside fold, the closest one to the middle, towards the middle, and then fold this one outwards. And you do the same on both sides. Like so. So then you end up with this area in the middle, and I'm going to attach my paper to that area right now. I've already cut this piece out, and what I did was cut it 1/8 of an inch smaller than the back of the card. So this card base on the back will be 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I cut this at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I'll just attach that using liquid glue. This liquid glue is great. It gives you some time to maneuver the piece of paper before it actually sticks firmly. And I find that to be a great help because I'm very, I can't seem to line up my paper straight when I have something that attaches the first time I lay it down. So I like that a lot. As you can see, I'm trying to just get it nice and even everywhere. And that little 1/8 of an inch allows it room for the fold to fold flatly instead of getting caught into creases. So the next thing I did with this, or before we started, was I didn't have some layering rectangle dies that worked for a rectangle shaped frame around the images. So what I did was use the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which cut out this kind of image normally. So I thought maybe they would work for the opening on this card. And we'll see how it looks when it's finished. I'm not really sure how it's going to look when it's done because I haven't made this card before. So the first thing we want to do is maybe attach this piece. So the stamp set that I'm using and the dies are from the Prettiest Birthday set, which is this set here. As you can see, it's got lots of pretty images. I love the macaroons. One of my favorite things, I stamped the swag and colored it with Bermuda Bay. And I'm using that, and I'm going to make a little trim in front of the opening here, and I will attach that right now with some adhesive dots. Let me just grab those. These are actually left from my paper pumpkin kits, so I use these. So one there, one in the middle, whoops, and one at the end so that it hangs down over the opening of the framed image. Okay, one more little dot here to get the backing off, and we'll center that on our framed opening. So in order to make this opening, I basically cut the first frame using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Then I moved into the second size. I placed my turquoise paper behind the opening and basically with a pencil just outlined where this opening would sit on that turquoise piece of paper. I lined up my second die in behind on that paper using the pencil marks as a guideline. So I hope you understood all that, but go. So trying to get this as straight as possible across the opening, and I'm going by the white portion of the frame. So this one seems to be up a little bit. Okay. So what I envisioned is somebody looking in through a store window and seeing these items in the store. So the next thing I'm going to do, what I've done is cut out, stamped and cut out using dies these 3 images from that stamp set, these 3 images right here, and I've colored them. I've used Blushing Bride, and this color is, can't remember, just one minute. It's the So Saffron and the Bermuda Bay. So Bermuda Bay is the turquoise color, So Saffron is the yellow, and the Blushing Bride for the backgrounds of the flowers. I then used a little bit of Wink of Stella. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it just gives a small shimmer to the flowers in this and the macarons in this one. So I think what I'm going to do is put the macarons on one side, so we need to line it up inside the frame. So I'm thinking like right here, and the other one in. So I am going to attach that right here, approximately. And I'm going to use double-sided adhesive. Okay. Because I don't want it to move around, and I sometimes find that the acetate is a little tricky to get something to stick to. So this is just a little strip of acetate that I cut right here, and it allows some movement in these items that I'm putting in the frame. So double check this again, because I kind of want it to line up with the bottom of the bench a little bit. And hopefully that works. So I'm just going to lightly tack it there, and I'll attach it more firmly once I get everything lined up and make sure it's where I want it to go. Double-sided tape. I find double-sided tape really good for when you want something to not move around. So I'm going to try to line up the bottom of this one with the bottom of this one and attach it about right there. I think I'm going to move them out this way a little more, at least this one. Because I still have this one to go in the middle, and I want there to be room. Maybe I don't need it moved, actually. Whoops, tore the paper a little tiny bit. Okay, and I'm going to center this in underneath the frame on here and put it right here as if it's sitting there. Okay, so I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. I have these little mini dimensionals right here, which are thick little pieces of foam with adhesive on either side. So I'm going to place that on the front of the acetate so that it moves back from the frame a little bit. Instead of it being like one dimensional, like right here, it's going to have a little bit of dimension and sit back from the frame a tiny bit. So I'm going to attach that to the back of the middle. So let's see. So I think the best place to line it up is with that part right here. There we go. Hopefully that stays in place. Maybe I'll move the macarons out a tiny bit more. Okay, hopefully. Last time, not adjusting it anymore. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is put some liquid glue right here along this strip. So you'll notice that because of the way I bent it, both bent edges are close together, and we have this little ledge here on both top and bottom, and that gives it the 3D lift that you need in order for it to look like a what am I looking for? 3D frame. Shadow box is the word I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, and once I get those sandwiched between that glue, they should stay in place. So make sure you line up everything so that both edges of this part are together. It looks a little bit neater. And we're going to trim off that piece of acetate after we get everything sandwiched in there. And do the same thing on the other side. So that we have that much done. So I'm going to put these in the garbage. And I cut a little piece of twine from the snail mail twine combo pack. It comes with 2 of these, not 3. And one of them is pink and one is white. So I'm going to attach that right here with a little glue dot. To add a little bit more detail. So I'm going to attach it to the back of this and remove the backing. Ba-doo-be-doo, not so easy. I'm going to twist this up a little bit so you can't see so much of the glue. And I'm going to attach it to the front of the flowers, like so. There we go. There, nice little detail. And I'm going to trim these back a little bit because I think that's just too long. Hopefully that's not too short. Now the next thing I'm going to attach is this. So again, this die came in this stamp set, or with not the stamp set, the dies are sold as to complement that set. So I'm going to attach this down here, and I'm going to use 3D adhesive dots. Attach that so that it lines up in the middle. Try to make sure that everything points towards this middle here, and that it's centered on that card front. So again, I brushed this with Bermuda Bay ink, and this was Blushing Bride, I do believe, and it just adds some color to the tape. So I had a tiny camera glitch there, but I'll just finish this little video off and say that yes, I used Blushing Bride and Bermuda Bay, and with the blending brushes, and made a dual tone effect on that tag for the front of the card. I then added some little vellum butterflies, which are brushed with Bermuda Bay ink, and again used that dual butterfly punch that's on sale right now to make those little butterflies. I think they turn out really pretty. And added some rhinestones to the middle of them. So I have 3. There's 1 in the background and 2 out here. And that's my finished card for today. I actually moved this up a little bit off camera. I found that it was a little lower in my original than I liked. So I removed it from the acetate backing, shifted it up a tiny bit, and reattached it using double-sided tape. Then, because the tape was a little off, I added another die cut to the back to make sure that it didn't stick to the back of my card when I closed the card. Wouldn't want that to happen, and then it wouldn't lift when the card is open. So that's what my finished card looks like. So here are my 3 cards. And most of the stamps are from this mini catalog. If you would like a copy of that catalog, it's available right now by contacting me. You can send me an email at lighthousegreetings@gmail.com, and I'll forward a copy of that to you. It's ending the end of June, so and a lot of things are out of stock from time to time. I don't know if they will be resupplied or not. So if you want those, get them as soon as possible. You can also place an order with me for any of the items that you've seen today at my website at Stampin' Up. So that's https://lighthousegreetings.stampinup.net. And you can visit my blog if you would like to find out more, www.lighthousegreetings.ca. And so the only stamp that's actually retiring and may not be in stock that long is this one, and that's in our annual catalog, which is expiring on May 3rd. The new one comes out on May 4th. And it's this one here. So if you would like a copy of this catalog, send me an email at the Gmail address, lighthousegreetings at gmail.com. And I will try to get one of those to you in the mail. And that's all I have for today. Hope you're having a great day, and talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.